He bullied me for my stutter all through high school 10 years later. I was the speech therapist assigned to his son. The moment I saw the name Carter Ethan on my new patient file, my stomach dropped. There aren't many Ethan Carters in our small town. I pulled up the intake form and there it was, parent father's name, Ethan Carter Rebajo. The same Ethan who made my high school years a living hell. For 4 years he mimicked my stutter in class, called me BBB Brian across hallways, and once recorded my oral presentation to share with the entire football team. I spent lunches in the library and developed elaborate routes between classes to avoid him. My stutter got so severe I stopped speaking altogether for 2 months during junior year. Now 15 years later, I am a successful speech pathologist with my own practice, and Ethan Carter's 5-year-old son was sitting in my waiting room, struggling with the same speech impediment his father once mocked relentlessly. I almost asked my receptionist to restistial them with another therapist. Then I remembered my oath part to help every child find their voice, regardless of circumstance. I took a deep breath and opened the door. Mr. Carter, I am Dr. Brian Mitchell. The recognition was immediate. Ethan's confident smile faltered as our eyes met. He was older now, his high school athlete's build softened around the edges, but those eyes were the same ones that had gleamed with cruel amusement at my expense. Carter now widened with shock. Brian, you are the doctor, I nodded, keeping my expression neutral. And this must be Ethan Jr. The boy looked up at me with anxious eyes I recognized all too well, part of the same fear I'd carried for years. He clutched his father's hand and tried to say hello, but the word caught in his throat. Heh. He stopped, frustrated tears forming. Take your time, I said gently. I used to have trouble with my words too. Little Ethan looked up surprised. You did? I still do sometimes, but I learned some tricks that helped me. Want to learn them? He nodded eagerly, and I led him to my office, aware of his father trailing behind us, uncharacteristically silent. The session went well. Little Ethan was bright and eager to practice the exercises. High watching appointment. I caught his father watching me, peered not with the contempt I remembered, but with something that looked almost like shame. As we wrapped up, I scheduled the next appointment and handed Ethan Rago some practice exercises. Our fingers brushed during the exchange, and he finally spoke. Brian, I don't know if you remember, but in high school he looked down at his son, then back at me. I was horrible to you. The silence between us felt heavy with 15 years of unspoken words. Little Ethan was busy with the sticker chart I'd given him, oblivious to the tension. I didn't know about your son, I finally said. Ethan Rio ran a hand through his hair. Barish, right? I spent years making fun of something that now breaks my heart to see my son struggle with. His voice cracked. The other kids have started to notice. Last week, a boy in his kindergarten class. He didn't need to finish. I knew exactly what had happened. I can recommend another therapist, I offered. Shemin, excellent if this is too uncomfortable. He looked surprised. You'd do that after everything? This isn't about us. It's about him. I nodded toward his son. Ethan was quiet for a moment. I'd rather he stay with you if that's okay. You clearly know what he's going through better than anyone. I considered this man no longer the teenage tormentor who haunted my nightmares, but a father desperate to protect his son from the very cruelty he once inflicted. Tuesday at 4 o'clock, I said finally. And Ethan, the home exercises are crucial. You'll need to practice with him every day. He nodded earnestly. Whatever it takes. As they were leaving, little Ethan tugged on my coat. Dr. Brian, will I talk normal someday? I knelt down to his level. Your voice is already perfect, exactly as it is. We're just helping others hear how amazing your thoughts are. Over his head, I met his father's gaze. Something passed between us, parent understanding perhaps, not for his sake, but for mine, and for the little boy between us who deserved better than either of our past. 3 months later, little Ethan's progress is remarkable, and sometimes when his father practices the exercises alongside him in solidarity, I catch a glimpse of the man Ethan Carter could have been all along paired if only someone had shown him how to use his voice for kindness instead of cruelty. Sometimes the universe doesn't give you revenge. Sometimes it gives you something far more powerful, the chance to heal yourself by helping someone else.